Let's look at question number 2. And question number 2 has time. Definitely, if we look at time, we shall also look at what we call duration. We look at duration. All right. Mr. Van Veek works at OR Tambo International Airport, and he travels to work using the bus transport available in the location of Tembisa next to the hospital, and his transport uses the following timetable. Study the timetable and answer the questions based on the timetable. All right. This is a timetable when you look at it. The first section, actually there are two. We have section 1 and we have another section. Now this is from Tembisa to OR Tambo, whereas this is OR Tambo to Tembisa. So simply meaning this is what he uses from here to work. Then this is from work to home. Right. Why? They've told us he works at OR Tambo. So he works there. Where does he stay? He stays next to Tembisa Hospital. So Tembisa to International Airport is going to work. Then from OR Tambo to Tembisa is coming back from work. Anyway, we have different sections here. We shall go on and see. These are ticket sales. Where are they sold? And open for ticket sales, close for ticket sales. So now opens for it closes the open, closes, open, closes. Anyway, let's continue and we see. Look at the questions. Identify the name of the bus company that Mr. Van uses to get work to work. Now this is adapted from city of Ikuleni, Arambe Bus Services. So this is where the bus service is called Arambe Bus Services. Identify the ticket sales. Identify the ticket sale points that are convenient to Mr. Van Dijk. Remember, he is in Tembisa, so convenient. Let's come and look at the ticket sales. If he's in Tembisa, he can take from Tembisa Hospital, Tembisa main station. No, this one, no. Why? It does not stop here. It does not do anything here. Let's look at this one here. This one's not there. This one, no. This one, no. Yes, this one, yes. This is possible. Why? He leaves Tembisa, he goes to OR Tambo. So he can easily also buy tickets as he's coming where? Back home. You know, he reaches workplace, as he comes back, he can buy a ticket from there. Or from his workplace, from his home place, he can buy tickets. You understand? But the variable one, I think it will be Tembisa Hospital and OR, because here they say, okay, yeah, also when it's in Tembisa, it's fine, it will work also. So the points are, we have Tembisa Hospital, Tembisa Hospital, then we have Tembisa main station, and the OR Tambo. The OR Tambo, where he works, National Airport. Yeah, these are the places where he can get. These are the places where he can get tickets. What time format is used in the table? What time format is used in the table? Time format. Remember, we have two time formats. One is called the analog, and the other one is called the digital format. Here, analog, we call it the 12-hour. We call it the 12-hour system, and the digital, we call it the 24-hour system. I'm reminding you of this. All right. What happens under analog, under analog, under analog, under analog? We need to see under analog, we expect someone to have AM and PM. Whereas in digital format, there's nothing like that. No AM, no PM. So let's go on to our chart here. When you look at the time, look at the time. It actually, it's fine. When we look at the time, we have no AM, we have no PM. And when you look at the evening or afternoon, look at the evening or afternoon, there is no PM. The time has gone beyond 12. We have 13 hours, we have 14 hours here, 14 hours, 20 minutes, 15 hours, 20, So the time, the right answer here is digital. Why? There is no AM and there's no PM. So we shall say it is 24-hour format. Reason being, it has no AM or PM. On the table, it's not indicated anywhere. It's not indicated anywhere. All right, 2.1.4. Write down the arrival time of the bus that leaves OR Tambo International Airport at 22 hours, 30 minutes. It leaves OR Tambo. It leaves OR Tambo. It leaves OR Tambo at 22 hours, 30 minutes to Tembisa main station in 12-hour system. First and foremost, you want us to write the time of the bus that leaves OR Tambo from it leaves OR Tambo at 22 hours, 30 minutes to Tembisa main station in 12-hour format. So we need to look at that. We shall come here. Let's check their next year. So it leaves OR Tambo. We shall look at this one here. But it leaves at 22:30. So it definitely it's here to the main station. So it leaves at this time. It arrives at this time. So they want us to write this time here. This is the time they want us to write this one here. They want it in 12-hour. They want it in 12-hour system. And remember, 12-hour system, we indicated we should end with either it was AM or PM. But when you look at it, it's 23 hours, 28 minutes. So in 12 hours, 23 represents 11, 28. But when? At night, it's PM. So the answer is supposed to be 11. Right? They're telling us the arrival time. Right? The arrival time of a bus that leaves OR Tambo at the same. So when does it reach this? We said there it reaches, okay, it leaves OR Tambo at 20. It departs from OR Tambo at 22 hours, 30 minutes. Then it arrives at 23:28. So this arrival time is supposed to be displayed in 12-hour system. So it reaches 11:28 p.m. Someone who doesn't know how we did this, we pick this time here minus 12. So we shall take 23. Shall take 23 It's 23, 28. Subtract 12 hours. Becomes 28 minus 0, you get 28. So here we have 23 minus this, you get here, there's a 1, there's a 1. So this is what, don't forget it was PM. That's how we get the time to be expressed in a 12-hour system. So if it's from 12-hour system to 24-hour system and it has passed afternoon, we add 12. If it's from 24-hour system to 12-hour system, we subtract 12 and we indicate PM. We subtract 12 and we indicate PM because it was already past afternoon. You understand? When we are changing 12 to 24-hour system, this happens when the time is in PM. 12-hour system to 24-hour system, we add 12 if the time in 12-hour system had what? PM. If it was AM, it remains. But PM, add 12 onto it, and you get, so the opposite is true. So from 24, it's already beyond 12, we subtract 12. Okay, calculate the duration of the bus that leaves the hospital at 7:30 p.m. to Aratambo. Express your answer as minutes. 1. We are looking at the bus that leaves the hospital at 7:30 p.m. When does it reach Aratambo? That's the first thing. After reaching A, we need to know. Because remember, duration, how much time have you spent? So duration will always be the end time, which is the arrival time, minus the start time, which is the departing time. When does it depart? When does it arrive? So end minus start, arrival minus departure. Let's go to the table and we look at it. It's say the bus that leaves the hospital at 7:30 p.m. We go up there. But remember, the table leaves the hospital at 7. So the table does not have AM, does not have PM, but they said 7:30 p.m. So it's supposed to be 19:30. Oh, wow. It's here. So this is depart way, hospital. The bus leaves at, this is it. This is the 7:30 p.m. So when does it reach Aratambo? It reaches Aratambo at 10:45 p.m. Don't mind about this. We shall use this to calculate, all right? So we shall come to our answer to the question there. We shall say start time. End time. We've seen it as this is 8, not 10. $8:45, it's fine. But leave it as 24. So in that to make sense. So it's 20 minus 20:45 minus the starting time, which we said it was what? 19:30. How much time has it spent? So you're going to look at this and you find out that this is 1 hour, 15 minutes. 1 hour, 15 minutes. But they don't want this in hours, and they want the final answer as minutes. So 1 hour already consists of 60 minutes plus the 15 minutes that have passed. So the person spent 75 minutes. All right. Let's see, 75 minutes. How did you get this? Please, you do this. 20:45 minus 19 30. So 45 minus 45 minus 30, you remain with 15. 20 minus 19, you remain with 1. All right, there was no borrowing included here. Then on your calculator, there's a key. There's a key that looks like this. It has commas, like sort of things like this. It's a key that is used. All right. So what you can do is to press 20 and you press this key. You press 45, you press the key, minus 19. You press the key, 30, you press the key. Otherwise, you press the, afterwards, you press the equal signs. The answer will come out the way you want it to come out. It will be perfect. Done. So it will give you the answer like this. Please, this is the answer. But then when you write it as 1 will represent the hour, 1 hour. Then this 15 represents the minutes. 15 what? Minutes. 10 minutes. So if you press the SD, it will give you 1,25. These are hours. Multiply by 60. The answer will become 75. This will be what? Minutes. Take note of that key there. We say duration, time taken to complete a given activity. And how do you get the duration? We said the time when the activity ended minus the time when the activity started. Now, in the case of the journey of the bus which you are taking, the arrival time minus the departure time or the departing time. So they are telling us the bus leaves. That means it departs. It departs. It leaves at this much time. By the way, you say calculate the duration of the bus that leaves and express your answer as what? So it leaves this time, much time, and it reaches this. So you need to know when does it reach. We went to the graph, taking the bus that leaves Tembisa at 7:30, which is this. When does it arrive at Oratam? It reaches there at 8:45, which is 20 hours, 45 minutes. So we are looking for the duration. When does it reach there? So we said arrival is 20 hours, 45 minutes, minus 19. That when you're dealing with duration, please make sure that you use 24-hour system. The time has to be in 24-hour system because it will be easier for you. All right. Okay, there we go. So this one here, it gave us the answer as 1 hour, 15 minutes. Since they want the answer in minutes, we say 1 hour has 60 minutes. We add on the 15 minutes because they're already 15, they are minutes. And the answer became 75 what? Minutes. 75 minutes. Then another method, you can do it this way: 20 or 45 minus 19, 30. What is it? 45 minus 15? Sorry, 45 minus 30, you get 15. And 20 minus 19, you have 15. So this represents hours. This represents, you do the same story, which is 60, representing the minutes from the hour, plus the 15, which are already minutes, which is what? 75 what? Minutes. Yes, the other one I said is a key that we use. You look into your calculator there. Look onto your calculator, the scientific calculator. Look for the key. It's usually above English. Ing. It's not English, but it stands for engineering. So the key looks like this. It has a small or then sort of commas. Look for that key, please. How do we use it? We shall press 20, then you press the key. You press 45, you press that key. Minus, because we are subtracting, minus 19, press the key, and you get 30, you press it. Don't forget, press the equal signs. Your answer will come out as 1. One with the degree, then 15. It looks like feet, then 0. So this will be hours. These are minutes, and these are what? Seconds. But then you press the key again. No, you press from here. You press SD. This is a key. You know how to press the one that changes fractions to decimals. You understand? You press that key. It will give you 1,25. That's turned it into hours. Because everything becomes hours. But we want it in minutes. What do? Multiply by 6. You will get your answer 75. This will be what? In minutes. The reason why I'm showing you all this is to get to see that how you get the perfect answer. All right. Let's look at question number 2.1.6. If Mr. Van finishes work at 17 hours, he finishes work at 17 hours. Remember, he is in OR Tambo, so he has finished work at 17. Now, another thing that we have to put into logic, when you finish work at 17 hours, you can't get a bus immediately. Why? You need time to walk to go to the bus. You remember, you're not working in the station. You understand? So here we go. It says, catch, after he catches the second bus. Take note of that. He finishes work. He catches the second bus after work. It takes him 18 minutes to walk from the bus stop to his home. That's when he reaches at Tembisa. Calculate his arrival time at home. So he has finished work. He will go for the second. He goes for the second bus. You understand? Let's go and analyze that. He's from OR Tambo to Tembisa. So when you come to the chart here, we shall look for OR Tambo to Tembisa. So when does he finish work? He finishes work at, because this one here, it's in the morning, comes in the afternoon, and then it goes into evening. So he has finished at 17 exactly. If he finishes at 7, he would have taken this, but you can't, because if you finish work at 17, definitely you're not at, yes, sir? For you to reach the bus station, maybe you take some minutes. Anyway, so he takes the second, they said the second bus. So he takes this one that leaves at 17:20. You see that? Now, he's going to Tembisa Hospital. So if he leaves at this time, he reach Tembisa Hospital at 18:34. After reaching Tembisa Hospital, that's his bus station, he will have to walk or to move from the station for 18 minutes. So he has left using the second bus. When does he arrive at Tembisa? He will arrive at 18:34 plus 18 minutes. Plus 18 minutes. So when will he arrive at his place? Let's go and redo that. We are saying he takes the second bus, but the second bus leaves at 17:20. So it means after finishing work, finishes work he catches the second bus. So he used 20 minutes to go to he used less than 20 minutes to go to the bus station there to get the bus. Then he this bus leaves, it has to go to Tembisa where he stays, and it arrives there at 18:30, 34. So if it reaches there 18:34, now this is at the station. He has to walk 18 minutes. We need to add them on. So this is 2, 12. So 1 plus 3 plus get 5. So it's what? So he reaches home at 8 minutes to 7. That's when he will arrive at his place. That's when he will arrive at his place. Question number 2.2. The rail transport is still convenient mode of transport in European countries. Below is the map that shows the routes and the duration of the train from different countries in Europe. Study the map and answer the questions that are based on it. Questions that follow. This is the map. Now, we see time. This is time. 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 In other words, this is duration, not time. That's time. So from Berlin to Frankfurt, it's 3 hours, 52 minutes. Same. From Frankfurt to Berlin, it's that much. Amsterdam to Berlin, it's 6 hours, 4 minutes. You understand? This is this town is this one you're calling, but it doesn't show the time here. There's no duration. Anyway, we have time there between this and Brussels, Amsterdam and Brussels. It's 1 hour. London and Paris, it's 2 hours and 16 minutes. Ne? These are the durations as they talked about it. It shows the routes and the durations, how much time someone uses when they're traveling in between those routes. Anyway, let's go there. Define the term duration in the given context. Now, here the context. Now, the context that we're looking at, it's train traveling from one town to another. European, this in Europe. Ne? So we shall say duration, time spent traveling from one town to another. Duration, the time spent traveling from one town. One town to another. Duration in this context, it's duration here. We shall say duration is the time taken to travel from one town to another town. Another town. It's a duration. All we need to say travel. Or time taken by the train to travel from one, because we are looking at trains context. All right. When we look at the context thing, part of it, we are looking at the what's going on. What are you looking at? What is in the story? How many minutes does it take for a train to travel from Milan to Rome? How many minutes? This I'm talking about how many minutes. So we go to the map, we look for Rome and Milan. Indeed, it's this. From there to here, they are telling us it's 2 hours, 48 minutes. 2 hours, 48 minutes. 2 hours, 48 minutes. So we shall say 2 hours, 48 minutes. So we shall say 2 hours, 48 minutes. These are minutes. You don't need to change them. So we change the hours to minutes. What do we do? 20 times 60. So 2 hours, we have 120 minutes plus the 48 minutes that I already spent. So the answer becomes 168. These are what? Minutes. These are minutes. 2.2.3. If the train leaves Barcelona to reach Paris at the time displayed on the clock alongside, at what time will this train arrive at Paris? Express your answer in 12-hour format. So now, hey, at what time will it reach? Now, another thing we need to know. They didn't tell us whether it was morning or afternoon. The train leaves Barcelona to reach Paris at the time displayed on the clock alongside. At what time will the train arrive at Paris? The train leaves Barcelona to reach Paris at the time displayed. To reach Paris at the time displayed. So if it's going to reach at because you need to know what time is it. It's 10 past 10. Yes, and 10 past 10. This is when it's going to, because they say it leaves Barcelona to reach Paris at the time displayed. So it reaches Paris at the time displayed, which is so this is the arrival time. It arrives at this time. Then arrival time is that. Then at Paris, express your answer in 12-hour format. So we shall go and find out. Barcelona reaches. So from Barcelona to Paris, how much time is needed? Barcelona, it's here. Then Paris, it's there. How much time needed? 6 hours, 30 minutes. So we need to work backwards. We need to work backwards. We need to work backwards. Now, the problem is we don't know. It arrives at this time when 6 hours behind, 6 hours backwards. So we need to subtract. We shall subtract the duration time. 6 hours, 30 minutes. We need to because you're working backwards. We're working backwards. So it's 10 hours, 10 minutes minus 6 hours, 30 minutes. You'll see that it's 3 hours, 40. So this could be AM. Because if this is AM, they didn't tell us whether it was PM or AM. If it was PM, then this would be also be PM. 6 hours backwards. Let's see. Working backwards, we have 10 equals to 9 equals to 8 equals to 7. I'm looking at the durations now. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So these are 6 full hours. Then 30 minutes backwards. 30 minutes backwards. What does this simply mean? It's supposed to be 4, 440. Not 340. Why do we have this 340? Because 6 full hours. Six full hours. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, it's not yet. Okay, at 440, these are the 6 full hours. Then when you subtract, yeah, it's the right. This is the time when it's supposed to be the time when the train left Barcelona. That's what we are looking for. What time will the train arrive at Paris? Ah, on the clock. What time will the train arrive in Paris? Explain your answer in. Sorry for that. Let's look at this. If the train leaves Barcelona for Paris or to reach Paris at the time. So, okay, it leaves at the time displayed. So, this is the departing time. You understand? On the clock. Then, at what time will the train arrive at? So, the simple meaning, it has not yet arrived in Paris. So, what time will it arrive? So, if it leaves at this time, which is 10 minutes past 10, we shall need to know how much time will it spend on the road? How much time will it spend traveling? So we shall go to the map and look for Paris and Barcelona. The map, Paris and Barcelona, it's this route here that we see. This route up to the, look at the time that it has. It has 6 hours, 30 minutes. So simply meaning, if it leaves at 10 that, so we shall come here and we add. So this is, so to express this time in 12-hour system, we shall say 1640 is the same as, remember we said we subtract what? 12. So this is 440. A train from Amsterdam to Berlin arrived at 0 hours 12 minutes. At what time did the train leave Amsterdam? So now we are looking for backwards. It leaves Amsterdam for Berlin and arrived at this much time. At what time did it leave? So what is the departing time? At what time did it depart? So we shall take the arrival time. Just remember, duration equals to end minus start. So we are going to have the duration here. So we are looking for what time did it start. So this will be start time equals to duration. Sorry, end time, arrival minus start time will equal to end time minus the duration. So the end time, we have it as 0 minus what's our duration between Amsterdam and Berlin. We come here, look for Amsterdam is here to Berlin is 6 hours and 4 minutes. So we come and subtract. So this is 00, which is 24. Which is 24. So when we subtract this, it becomes 12 minus 4, you remain with 8. 24 minus 6, you remain with 18. So it left at that much time. Well, we said time has to be in 24 before you use it anyway. So we are saying the end time minus that time equals to duration. So we already have the duration as 6 hours 4 minutes. So that's the duration. So we substitute into the formula and we get the answer. Duration equals to end time minus the start time. So we are looking for start time. When did it leave Amsterdam? So start time will equal to end time minus duration. The duration, we already have it as 6 hours 4 minutes. The time when it arrived, or the end time, we have it as 0. This 0, replace it with 24 to make sense out of it. So you come here, you get your answer as, I've put the 0 here, put 24 minus 6. So 12 minus 4, you get 8. 24 minus 6, you get 18. So this is the time when it left. Two point 2.5. The distance between Lyon and Barcelona, between Lyon and Barcelona is 192 kilometers. The driver claims that if he leaves at 16 hours 40 minutes from Lyon, travels at a speed of 80 kilometers, he will arrive at Barcelona before the sunset. If its sunset in Europe sets at 18 hours 55, verify the claim. So in other words, what we're going to look at, first and foremost, we need to know how much is expected on the road. So for him, he says he's going to drive at it. So we shall know how much time is he going to spend on the road. So let's look at that, because we have the distance and we have the speed. So we ask ourselves what will be the time. So using this formula here, first thing we need to do is to make time the subject, which will equal to distance over speed. So we have our distance 192, speed 80. When you divide that, we get 92 divided by 80. You've got the answer as 2, 2, 4. These are hours. These hours, you need to change them to hours and minutes. We need it to become hours and minutes. So we have 2 full hours and 0, 4 times what? 60. I'm changing this 0, 4 to minutes, which becomes 24. So he will spend 2 hours and 24 minutes. This is what he's going to spend on the road. All right. So we are aiming at him reaching the place at 16:55. So the distance Okay. So now, if the driver claims that if the driver claims that if he leaves at this much, we'll reach there at this time, before this time. So we need to confirm. So if it's 16:40, it's going to spend 2 hours, 24 minutes, which is what? This is a 60. So it becomes an hour this other side, and the answer became 19. So the claim is what? Invalid. Because it does not beat the 18. Yes, it will be there around 9 minutes later. It will be there around 9 minutes later. Yeah. So his claim is invalid. One, in this question here that we had to look for how much time is he going to spend, plus the time he leaves, the departing time. Time spent plus the departing time. It should equal to 18. If it's not equal, then it's invalid. 2.3, we look at these kind of watches. Actually, these are wall clock, or yeah, they can also be wrist watches. Okay. Consider the clocks below. Okay, they are clocks. Which show different times during the day. That's afternoon, morning. Afternoon and morning. Use the above clocks to answer the questions that follow. What time format is used in the above clocks? Explain why. Time format, we said is what? 12 hour system. Because it shows afternoon, and what? Morning. Someone else can say the system used is good, what? Analog, what? Analog system. Okay. Write down the time shown on clock D in watts. First and foremost, with D, this. They said it's in the morning. What's the time? It's coming to 3. So here it's a, you know how to count. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So it's 2. It's 2 what? 39. So how would you write this in words? Since it has passed 30 already, the minute hand has passed 30. Now we start saying 2. How many minutes remaining? Eh? So in this other one here, we are remaining with 20, 21 minutes to 3. Since it's the morning, you say what? 3 what? AM. So you can say in the morning. Express the time shown in clock, on clock C in 24-hour system. Time on clock C, it's afternoon. And when you look at it, it has just clocked what? 4. And a few minutes have passed. So this is what? 5, 6, and what? 7. So 7 minutes past 4. So it's 7 minutes what? Past 4. When you look at they say afternoon. So PM. This is the time from the clock. But right now, express the time shown on clocks in 24-hour system format, which is the date show format. So we shall come and add the 12 here. and remove the PM. So this becomes 16. Please, here we don't write AM or PM. Why? It's 24-hour system, 24-hour format. 2.3.4. Mr. Mark and his family embarked on the road trip and left home at time shown on the on clock B and arrived home at the time shown on clock A. Determine the duration. Remember we said duration equals to end time minus the starting time. You would say arrival minus departure. So arrival time is on clock A. Departing time is on clock B. Let's go and we see clock A. Clock A, it talks of 12, 6, 7, 8. 8 minutes past 12. Unknown. And the B is 10 minutes to 2. 10 minutes to 2, which is 150. So it's 150 morning. So remember we said we change everything to 20 before you subtract because you know what you're going to do. What were you looking for? Duration, which is end time and that's start time. So you look for this end time. When did it arrive? When did it depart? So it arrived at 8 minutes past 12. You leave it a bit easy. If you change it to 24-hour system, this remains. Then 1 a.m. still also remains. So we subtract this. Now take note. 808 cannot subtract 50. What do? You borrow 1 from this other side. When you borrow, remember you're borrowing from hours. Shifting them to minutes. So you borrowed 60 minutes. So it becomes 68 minus 50. You remain with 18. So here you remember you took 1, which is because 11 minus what? 1. So it becomes what? 10. So this was the duration they spent. So they spent 10 hours, 18 minutes. 10 hours, 18 minutes. 10 hours, 18 minutes. If they were driving at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour, how far did they travel? Round your answer, the nearest. So how far? Now, when you look at how far and they have to round off to the nearest, so meaning we are looking for distance. And indeed, the formula they've given us distance equals to speed times time. So they've given us a speed as 8. Please, you substitute the same people. So times time. Now, the time has to be in hours. So it's 10, 18. This has to be divided by 60, which becomes what? 10 hours plus 18 divided by 60, 0, 3. So it's 10, these are the hours. So times 10, 3. So they spent how far? This is much. But they said round up to the nearest 10 kilometers. 10th, it's this one here. This one is 4. It's below 5. So the answer here becomes His wife claims that 2,500 will be enough for the return trip. The car's fuel consumption rate is 2.2 liters per 100 kilometers and costs so and the fuel cost is 21 rands 50 cents per liter. Verify using the calculations whether her claim is valid. Now, what we're going to do, first and foremost, we look at what we call the return trip. Return trip simply meaning you're going to take the trip they covered times 2. So here we are. This is the distance that they have because the scenario doesn't talk of the distance here. We don't know the distance, so we are continuing with whatever we have. We're still looking under the same. We are dealing with the same scenario here. Ne? So C, we look for the distance, and we are saying the distance is this much. That's only one trip, so it's multiplied by 2. Why? I'm looking at the return. I'm looking for the return trip. So the distance covered here is 1,640. These are the kilometers. We are not interested in this. We're interested in how much fuel is needed. So we had to look for the distance covered. To and fro. That's much. Then we need to know how much fuel is needed. So we are going to use the fuel consumption, which is 2 liters per 100. So this simply means it will use 2.2 liters of fuel whenever it covers a distance of 100 kilometers. So it's going to cover a distance of 1,640 kilometers. How much fuel is it going to cover? We don't know. We leave it as a box. Cross multiply, and the answer became I'm looking for the amount of fuel needed. And I will divide through by 100. So the fuel amount is 36,08. These are liters. These are liters. These are liters. So remember we are looking at the cost. So if they are going to use 36,80 liters, how much will it cost? So we shall multiply by 21 rands 50 cents. 21 rands 50 cents. So they will spend 775 rands 72 cents. So her claim is valid. The claim is valid. Had she said the wife claims that will be enough. Indeed, it will be enough because that's what actually it's more than enough. But as she said that 2,500 will be the cost, then we shall say invalid. But here she said it will be enough. Indeed, it's enough. It's more than enough. So the claim is valid. Though she's going to use less than that. She's going to use less than that.